Hey there, XollFury here, and welcome to the first episode on Asura Lore, where we will be looking at a brief history of the Asura. The Asura did not keep records of their history, wanting to always look to the future rather than dwelling on the past. So we will be looking at when the humans first came into contact with them, which was during the Eye of the North campaign of the original Guild Wars. So that all being said, let's get going. Though the stirring and eventual awakening of the first Elder Dragon, Primordus, and the rampant chaos caused by his minions, the Destroyers, shook and thrashed the surface world, it did far worse to the deeps below. The dwarves valiantly fought against this ancient foe, but, needing aid, they performed the rite of the Great Dwarf, which turned them all to stone. This stone-skin form helped them fight off the Destroyers, their mortal enemies. The dwarves, however, were not the only ones who fought the Destroyers in the cavernous deeps. Before the Destroyers arose, the Asura were the dominant race in the depths of Tyria, the depths being the vast network of caves and caverns underneath the continent. The Asura mostly fought the Skrit, a humanoid rodent race who the Asura considered to be hideous and generally unpleasant. The Destroyers were the very first to not easily fall to the intelligence and magical power of the Asura, though the Asuran Arcane Council presumed they would be annihilated given enough time. The one fault of the Asura: pride. Thousands of years to build their underground empire, but only a few moments for the sheer power of the Elder Dragon to bring it down. The Great Destroyer was eventually defeated, and this delayed the awakening of Primordus by about 50 years. When the Elder Dragon eventually awoke, its minions had spread throughout the depths of Tyria, destroying every subterranean species and race that they could find. Those who constantly survived the brutal battles were forced to the surface, leaving behind hundreds or even thousands of years of their history, simply so that they could carry on. The Asuran refugees established a colony on the surface, which eventually grew, but was the last remnant of their race. They recreated their culture the best they could in their new setting, and eventually built their masterful city of Ratasum. The Asura have now joined forces with the other dominant races of Tyria to fight off this ancient foe, and hopefully restore peace and harmony to Tyria once more. That wraps things up for the day. I certainly hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to tune in next Thursday where we will take a look at the Asuran Arcane Council. I'm XollFury, and I'll see you guys then.